How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another video on Fluxy Extra, possibly, who knows. Today we are looking at doing the second annual original score soundtrack review, and today we are doing one that is a score that I was there when it was released. I followed it as well. The first of this series it's from that I actually followed, and that is of course the original motion picture score for Spiral from the Book of Saw, composed by Charlie Clouser. So before we get started, let's just go through the lovely jobby track list. We have Titles, Train Tunnel, Reprimands, Pilates, Boz Body, Horror Show, It's Boz, Boz Wife, Camera's Work, Grab Fitch, Pop's Food, Deliver Stick, Pig Truck, Tide Rising, Money Bucket, Waste Time, Puppet Box, Wax Angie, No Glitch, Pops Explores, You OK, OK You, Glass Thrower, Gotta Be Kidding, Be Partners, and Zep 9, which comes to a total of 26 tracks. This original score was released all the way back on the Friday after the 14th of May. I can't remember what that date was. Let's just go and let's go figure that shit out, shall we? But I remember this being there when the soundtrack dropped. It was madness. It was released on the 21st. It was released on the 21st of May 2021. Now, on Spotify and wherever you find it, it's just called Spiral Original Motion Picture Score. But the movie's full title was Spiral from the Book of Saw Original. Well, that's what the title is. And the total runtime of the album is 1 hour and 3 minutes. Go stream it. Unfortunately, this is a score that isn't available to purchase on CD or vinyl formats or any other format other than digital yet. It may or may not. Who knows? But yeah, go stream it on Spotify, all that stuff. And yeah, without further ado, here's the first track from the score called Titles by Charlie Clouser. That was the first track. I like the moodiness of it. That obviously this is what plays when the titles come up at the screen at the beginning. I quite like the opening. Let me just play it so you understand. That bit is my favourite, but obviously it's just meant to, it's plays when the logos come on, so it's nothing crazy, but it's alright. Anyway, next track up is, we're going to try and get through this nice and quickly, but hey, I mean, I do think it's a great setup piece, and it does, it is, listen, it's a cool piece, okay? Next up, Train Tunnel. So that was obviously the piece that plays during the. Now, obviously, I'll be getting to just again before I go any further. I might want to mention that we will be going in depth into some spoilers as we go on, because this is one of those movies where towards the end spoilers happen and stuff. But this piece plays during the first trap of the movie, which is the train trap, the tongue trap, as we like to call it, where he gets it's a clip that's available, was put out quite a bit before the movie came out. Not quite a bit, but at some point before the movie came out, and it's the bit where Detective Boz gets his tongue whipped off, which is why the music builds and builds and builds and builds. And I do like that. The building up of it is perfect for the scene. It works really well. It's very well constructed, and I think while other music for other traps have been epic, it didn't quite go that way specifically here. But yeah, next track, Reprimands. So obviously that piece is one of those pieces where it's most obviously setting up, just is obviously the scene in the police officer. So it's just there to sort of just set the scene, and I suppose it's also there to just be background noise in that scene. Whereas other scenes, the music is used to really accompany the scene, but here it's just meant to be background noise. So yeah, there's not much more I can say really on that front. Next track, Pilates. So that was obviously the piece that plays during the scene where Detective Banks and Detective the Max Minghella one, whose name escapes me, I haven't seen the movie in a while. But those two are walking down the stairs to the crime scene where the body is, and it does build up just like the train tunnel piece, but it doesn't build up in the same way. It's not meant to build up in the same way. But I do love the sound of it. That's really fucking sick, and I genuinely rate it so much. But yeah, it's just, I really think it's fun, and I really do like the build up. Like I said, the whole thing is a cool piece, and it builds and builds and builds, and that's really really effective for the scene it's in anyway. So the next track is Boz Body. Obviously, that's the piece that plays when they find the body of Boz, and I do think it's effective in again doing that thing. Yeah, I suppose there isn't much to go off in that case, but also it's quite cool. It's quite cool. But yeah, next song, Horror Show. That was Horror Show. I do like again the build up at the beginning. That's what Klauser can do quite well, is build ups, and I think that's reflected very much in this score, in Jigsaw's score as well. And like I said, there's not much more I can say other than it builds up really fucking well. Okay, next track, it's Boz. So that was a piece that plays when they discover that it's Boz's body. Once again, the build up is there. Once again, I think it really works, like in terms of how it portrays that scene. It's meant to be a very somber moment where they realize whose body it is in that, which is kind of cool. I do like its structure and its narrative purpose as well, which is really perfect for the scene it's in. But yeah, other than that, it just needs to, I think it's perfectly fine as what it does, but it's not a standout piece. Anyway, next piece is Boz's wife. So once again, another somber piece. It works well, being very somber. But obviously, the piano is meant to help emphasize the somber bit because it's played when they go and visit Boz's wife. So it works in the scene. It does empower and empathize that scene on another level. I appreciate the music for that. But yeah, like I said, these early pieces in the soundtrack are not my favorite, but there are some as we go along that get really quite good. But they do, they are a bit further down the list of tracks. But yeah, it's a decent piece, I suppose. It does perfectly emphasize that scene, and yeah, it's cool. Next track, Camera's Work. Another interesting piece. I do like, once again, the build up and the way it plays as well. Pretty good. I don't actually recall what scene this is from. I'm sure if I watched the movie it will come to my mind. But yeah, it's just one of those things where it's just a decent piece, does its job perfectly fine, is an accurate representation of the scene, and yeah, what more can I say? It is just there. Next track, Grab Fitch. Again, another piece that definitely emphasises the scene it's from as well. That scene is set up in two different parts. It's obviously that track, and then there's also the Tide Rising track, which plays the trap that you see in that scene, because in the film it's played in a different sequence. But besides that, decent track, decent scene, all round fun for everyone. Next track, Pop's Food. Again, just works. It's a scene that, again, a lot of the music, as you can see from the video that's being played while I speak about it, it's all done electronically, so it has that electronic feel, that very, but also has that, it keeps the same feel that a lot of Klaus's scores for these movies have, a very industrial, a very, industrial feel to them, which is exactly the kind of feel that a Saw movie needs to have, and it is kept here. And obviously, that's probably due to the fact that a lot of it is done by electronically and not with you bashing instruments and shit everywhere, which does have its ups and downs. But yeah, this piece is decent. It's fun. But yeah, next track, Deliver Stick. So that's a fun piece. I do like the sound of it as it starts off again with the same electronic sound that this score was enthused with and the previous other Clouds scores were enthused with, and I do love that, and it works with this specific track perfectly. And obviously, as I paused it, the rest of the track doesn't have that feel, but I think this one works in a way that's very different. But yeah, next track, Pig Truck. Again, a very action-heavy cue, a very action-orientated cue as well, that does play off of the fact that it's meant for an action sequence, and it works perfectly well when it is with the truck and everything. So I rate it. I love the big bombastic sound of it. It's quite a sick sound to it. I genuinely think it's a cool piece. But like I said, the actual good stuff of this score doesn't happen until, you know, a little bit further down the list, a couple of more tracks away, and we'll get the first one that I think is a really genuinely class track. But yeah, next track is Tide Rising. I know this is a favourite of a lot of people out there, but yeah. Again, another cue that very much plays during, well, it's obviously during a trap, so it needs that build up kind of momentum shit, which it does obviously have to a quite high degree, and that's what I rate the most about it. It has that. It just has that in spades and spades, and I just rate the fact that a lot of them have that. But yeah, next track is Money Bucket. Now this is where the good gets get and the get gets good. Yeah, I absolutely fucking love that track. It's got the beat, it's got the style, it's got the pizzazz. It's fucking fantastic. It rocks. I love the beat drop, and it's just a brilliant, brilliant track in a brilliant, brilliant scene that has. That's the scene where Chris Ramsey the magician cameos, which is kind of fucking lit. Anyway, next up we have Puppet Box. But again, before we move to that track, I just have to reiterate how much I love that song and that track. I think it's a brilliantly crafted piece for that moment, and yeah, I just love it to bits. Yeah, next track is Puppet Box. My mistake. I played the wrong song. Waste Time is our next track. So just. Again, another piece that plays an interesting point of the movie, but it also is very meant to be a somber piece as well. It works. It's brilliant. What more the fuck do you want me to say? Okay, just fucking chill out. We're near the end. We're 10 tracks away from the end. So let's just move on. And I fucked up, so yeah, my bad. This is Puppet Box. Again, a good piece, perfectly timed for the part it was in the film, and it definitely does add that level to the film. And I think it's a piece that particularly stands at a point where it could be seen as. I mean, the scene it comes in is perfectly timed. I think it's fun. I think it's brilliant. Yeah, that's really my opinion on that piece. Next up was one of my favourite pieces on the whole score, Wax Angie. So enjoy. So obviously this is the piece that plays during one of the final traps of the movie, and that is the trap where the wax trap where she gets waxed. Spoilers right there. And I just fucking love the build up and the way this piece sounds and how it adds to the scene is absolutely fucking fantastic. I fucking love this shit. Inject this, basically the best way to say it is inject this song into my fucking veins. But I know I genuinely love this piece. I think it's so brilliantly constructed, and just the way it adds to the scene is fucking brilliant. I love it. And yeah, it's a fucking class piece of music. That's what I'm going to say. Next track we have No Glitch. That was another epic piece of music. I do like, again, the build up there too, as always, and its function in the scene works perfectly. And yeah, that's what I said. That's what I think. Again, okay piece, does its job perfectly fine. Next track, Pops Explores, track 20 of 26. Okay, so a piece that is just okay, I suppose. It fits the scene well to try and find. Obviously, it's the scene where Samuel L. Jackson goes to the factory place, so it's got the big El Jumpo scare at the end. But it's an okay piece. Does its job. Is epic. What more do you want to say? Next up, You Okay. So obviously this is one of the best pieces on the album, and that's purely because it has, drumroll please, the use of the Hello Zepp theme. So it's the first time we hear it in the film. And like I said, I love it's like a slowed version of it. It's not the big bombastic version of it. It's a nice slower down pace version, and it obviously comes in a point where it's needed because it's the scene where where Chris Rock is chained to a pipe, and he has a saw in his hand, and it pans to his foot, and it's just basically trying to say this. It's basically trying to reference the original Saw movie, and obviously you need that theme there to empathize that, and it works perfectly fine. And I love this piece because it has a great sounding version of the Hello Zepp theme. But yeah, it's a great piece. I enjoy it, and yeah. Next up is OK You. So, decent track, decent positioning. It has this nice, once again, industrial sound to it, which is what the Saw franchise is known for. Pretty epic. Epic. LL Epico. Good track. Could have improvements here and there, honest to God. But yeah, next we have Glassdoor. Once again, this is a piece that plays during a trap, the Glassdoor trap. As the track's called Glassdoor. You know what? I think this is a cool piece. I think it's kind of fun. I think it works with the scene specifically. Again, the build-up is also something that scene has and requires. So yeah, I just think it's really productive. But yeah, next piece is Gotta Be Kidding. again, a piece that I fucking love, and that's purely because it has the Saw theme in it. Once again, the Hello Zep theme is great. It's obviously the scene where spoilers, by the way. Please turn off this video if you don't want to be spoiled about the ending of Spiral from the Book of Saw. Please turn off this video now, you fucking cunt. Seriously though, spoilers. If you do not want to be spoiled at the ending of the 2021 movie Spiral from the Book of Saw, please leave this video now and watch something else. I know you're thinking, oh, it's only a video about the music. How are we going to get spoiled? You will be spoiled because I'm going to be talking about the context of the next couple of scenes that these tracks are from. So, fuck off. And get out this video, don't be spoiled. But this is the scene where it's revealed that Max Mingela's character is in fact the one behind it all. And obviously this piece plays when that happens. Very epic. Very epic. Next piece is, like I said, I love it because it has a Saw theme in it. But yeah, the next piece is B Partners. Again, another piece that I love because it has the Saw theme in it, but like I said, a differently styled version, which is really sick. I think it's cool. Obviously, it's a scene where Max Mingela's character asks Chris Rock, "Do you want to be partners in that shit?" and then has to prove it to you, and it leads right to the end of the movie. But we will talk about that now. But yeah, this is a great piece. And now we come into the finale song of this album, the last track, track number 26, and my favourite track from the album, and you might be able to guess why, Zep 9. I'm just going to play it to you. You know what's coming. I'm going to play it in full because it's fucking epic. Here it is, Zep 9. Do I need to say anything? Video's over, goodbye. No, of course not. Obviously, it's a fucking class song because it is the Saw theme, the Zepp theme. It's absolutely brilliant. It's one of the best pieces of film music I've heard in my life. I love it so much. I think it's one of the best movie themes of all time. It's so good. Charlie House, it's awesome. And yeah, it is perfect because it ends the thing off perfectly. It was never ever going to be anything other than a piece of music. Then the Zepp theme was going to end the movie off. It always does. And yeah, this has been my review of the Spiral original motion picture score. I hope you have enjoyed. Zepp 9 is fucking awesome. Go stream it everywhere. Enjoy it everywhere. I already have thumbnails for all the Bond soundtrack reviews, but we've also got 3 others that I'm going to do before the Bond stuff. The next one will be the French Dispatch original score. I'll talk about the context behind that in that video. And also Doctor Who Series 11, Series 12, and Resolution of the Daleks original soundtracks reviews. So yeah, stay tuned for that shit. Yeah, have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching this nearly hour long video. And yeah, bye bye for now.